So, you know Jeff Kaplan, right? The guy behind World of Warcraft, Overwatch, a legend. But what if I told you his entire career started because he failed? And I mean failed hard at his first dream. This is the story of how he had to literally destroy that dream to even begin the next one. It's all about failure, reinvention, and figuring out when it's okay to just quit.
So when you see a quote like that, it broke me. You might think it's about a game launch that went wrong, or maybe getting fired. Nope, this goes way deeper. This is about the complete and total collapse of the dream he had before he ever even thought about designing a video game.
See, before any of the video game stuff, Jeff Kaplan's whole world was about one thing: becoming a writer. I mean, he went all in, got his master's from NYU, dedicated his life to it. This wasn't some side hustle, you know? This was going to be his life's work.
And we're not talking small ambitions here. His heroes were the heavy hitters: Kerouac, Hemingway, Orwell. He basically structured his entire life around this goal. He treated it like a full-time job. Get up, write for 8 hours every single day, just pouring his soul onto the page.
But you know how it goes. That dream smashed right into a wall, a really, really hard wall. He moved back to California, was totally cut off from his writer friends, and things got, well, they got dark, really dark.
The rejections just kept coming. I mean, look at this number, over 170 rejection letters. In a single year, can you even imagine? He said it felt like every single one was a little note from the universe just screaming at him to give up. It was absolutely soul-crushing.
And in his own words, he was just broken, totally defeated by this constant, relentless failure. He realized that to actually move on, he couldn't just put the dream on a shelf. He had to kill it. He needed this one big, final moment, like throwing in the towel for good.
So what did he do? Something pretty drastic. He took everything, every manuscript, every journal filled with his thoughts, every single note, and he threw it all into a dumpster. Just like that. It was the painful, but for him, totally necessary end to that part of his life.
Okay, so his writing dream is literally in a dumpster. His days are wide open. He needs an escape, right? And he finds one in the, at the time, brand new world of online games.
And he dives headfirst into this game called EverQuest. Now, if you don't know, EverQuest was this huge 3D online world. You could be anyone you wanted, an adventurer in this crazy fantasy land, playing with thousands of other real people. It was the perfect escape.
And when I say he dove in, I mean it. Check this out. Over 3 years, he logged about 6,500 hours. To put that in perspective, that's like having a full-time job, but your job is playing EverQuest. This wasn't just a hobby to kill time, it became his new life.
And looking back, he doesn't see that as wasted time at all. In fact, it was the foundation for everything that followed. He even met his wife playing the game. So yeah, when he says he won EverQuest, he's not kidding. He really did.
Now here's where the story gets kinda wild. All that time he spent just being a really, really dedicated player, it accidentally turned into the perfect resume for his next career. So Kaplan gets so good at the game, he becomes the leader of the top guild on his server, Legacy of Steel. And one of his guild officers, this character named Ariel, well, Ariel was secretly Rob Pardo, who was a lead designer at Blizzard. Pardo was blown away by how Kaplan led the guild and organized these huge raids. So he starts inviting him to lunch, which Kaplan just thought were friendly hangouts, but they were actually informal job interviews. And the whole thing ends with a final interview at, of all places, a Jack-in-the-Box inside a gas station.
Just picture it. After all those years feeling totally alone as a writer, he's sitting in a gas station Jack-in-the-Box talking about games with people who just got it. And he has this huge moment of clarity. He felt like he was finally home. These were his people.
And he got the job. He was hired as an associate quest designer for this new game they were working on. Maybe you've heard of it, World of Warcraft. And it was there that he and the team used all their experience as players to completely change the game. Literally.
See, before World of Warcraft, online games were all about the grind. You just kill the same monsters over and over and over for hours to level up. But the WoW team, because they were gamers themselves, they hated that. So they flipped the whole idea. They made questing, doing interesting tasks and following stories, the easiest, most fun way to level up. All of a sudden, the journey was the point, not just racing to get to the end.
In this whole philosophy, thinking like a player first, that really became Kaplan's legacy. He was one of us, a gamer, who made it to the other side of the screen, and he never, ever forgot that.
In fact, there's this famous forum post he wrote way back in 2002, right after he got hired. And he basically promised the community that, hey, one of us is on the inside now looking out for you. And honestly, that's a promise he kept for his entire career at Blizzard.
So Kaplan's whole journey, from a writer who threw his life's work in a dumpster to a world-famous game designer, is just this incredible story about reinvention. And it really makes you think, right? It brings up this really tough question. When is it actually the right move to give up on a dream so that a brand new one can start?